Hey guys, welcome back to Homestead Prepping and Survival. Today I'm just going to go through the things I've been working on around the homestead for the last couple of days and, you know, give you updates on what I'm doing. And like I've said in many other videos, take baby steps, do one little thing at a time. Now, some things that you may not even think that is prepping really is, but it's a normal everyday chore that you have to do. And I'll give you an example. People say they're not preppers, but they have insurance on their automobile, or they have homeowners insurance, life insurance. What's the purpose of having those things? Well, the law requires that you have vehicle insurance, but it doesn't require that you have it on your home if it's paid for. Um, and then life insurance. Why do you get life insurance? So that your family and loved ones will have the ability to carry on after you're gone. So the reason you have automobile insurance, though, because the law requires it, right? Most people have it. There are a few out there that don't, and they end up getting burned for it eventually. It's kind of like speeding. You know, you can speed excessively every day for a year, and then all of a sudden, one day, that popo gonna catch you and write you a ticket. And people go, yeah, well, you know, da 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 da. Guess what? Insurance is the same way. You have it because you might need it one day. So you pay for that insurance because you don't want to get stopped and get checked and not have insurance and then be in a lot of trouble. So you're prepared for what might happen. You don't know that you're going to go through a road check tomorrow or through an accident or get caught speeding or any, you don't know that. But you buy the insurance because the law requires it so that you are prepared if it happens. Same way. Think about prepping along those lines. I'm sorry, this shirt's I've been outside working and I'm sweaty. But anyway, I've, cut the grass, took care of the chickens, the dogs, the cat. I've drug some of those limbs out of the way. Got my generator. I run anything that is gas fueled an hour or two a month just to keep that carburetor cleaned and running. And that carburetor actually probably needed a cleaning when I bought that generator, because I bought it used and the guy only ran it for 2 or 3 hours. And anyway, so we ran it and got it to where to run without having to be on choke. And just to keep it from gumming up that carburetor, since, I mean, it cranks on the first hard pull every time. So to keep that from happening, I run my generator an hour or two a month to keep that fresh fuel going through it. And it seems to work fairly well, as long as you don't let it go too long, especially with ethanol fuel. Now, most of the time when I buy fuel, it's not ethanol. But when the prices are as high as they are now, like y'all saw in the other video, what I spent Friday buying fuel, I didn't buy non-ethanol fuel, simply because it would have been another 30+ cents a gallon where I live to have non-ethanol fuel. And I'm rotating it pretty regular, so I'm not having an issue with it. So when I buy smaller amounts and the price comes down a little bit, then I'm going to buy the non-ethanol fuel and get it stored. So believe it or not, I know which cans out there are non-ethanol and which ones are ethanol fuel. The non-ethanol is going to store longer, a lot longer. And anyway, it won't separate as bad, doesn't attract the moisture that the ethanol does. So it gives you a lot less problems. But anyway, let's get into the video. I hope y'all enjoy it. If you have not done so already, please hit that subscribe button and help me break this rut that I'm in. It's stuck at that 100 to 101, 102, and 103 I hit one time, and back to 100. And I don't know what's going on, but I sure would appreciate it if you guys would hit that subscribe button and help me get up there and get past whatever hump I'm stuck on. I spent a little time earlier today reading through the rules on YouTube, and I don't have any marks against me. I don't see any reason why they would be preventing my numbers from going up, but they are definitely going up and down. So it just won't let me really get past that 100 mark. I would appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day. Thank you very much. Be safe. Be prepared. So I just thought I'd show y'all part of what I got done yesterday. Excuse me. Let me get over in the shade so I can see. Got that old wood pile cleaned up. Now, you see some pieces laying there on the ground of the OSB. Basically, I had blocks there with a sheet of OSB on it and all that lumber on top of it to keep the lumber directly off the ground. And of course, over the years, the OSB rotted and kind of sank, and I tried to pick these bigger pieces up, and every time I do, it just crumbles in my hand. So, it's all cleaned up either way. That stuff will just compost and mulch into the ground, and grass will start growing there again. I set the blocks over there in the kids' play area. I got to move that. But either way, I made some progress. Like I keep saying, little baby steps every day. And the ladies and gentlemen here would like to say hello. I was looking at automatic chicken doors earlier, and I don't have a traditional coop like some of these northerners do that it's all closed in where they can't see outside. Mine's open. I got that OSB on the side was just for a windbreak, so that they wouldn't get too cold while they were on roost. So there's wire on the inside of that left side, so I really don't care, you know, to keep that, because I'm going to add to the left side of the building. That'll probably come off and just leave the wire separating. But the right side is only OSB. There's no wire. So I'm going to have to, when I buy the wire to go both sides, I'm going to have to take that down and put wire across it in order to extend the building. I could leave the wood and just go around. I mean, it's not that big a deal. It'll probably last a lot longer since there will be a roof over this side and so on. But anyway, that's just an old wire that got caught in something and hung up. So I need to do something with it. But the ladies enjoy this. And the babies are resting because they've already been out feeding and drinking today. So I made a few passes with the lawnmower yesterday, just trying to cut around the edge and where I had cleaned up. Tried to clean it up a little bit. I plan on cutting grass this afternoon. We will see if that happens. I also need to go to town and buy food for the dog and cats. And you see Sparky up there, way off. Let me zoom in. There's a vehicle going by. He's just sitting there waiting for his turn for me to come up there and love on him. And there goes the four-wheeler. Mule, whatever you want to call it. So, anyway, I did a little bit of structural stuff. I had some boards here that dirty, but still solid boards. I know y'all can't see that, but I added a 2x8 to the outside of that 2x10 just to strengthen it. And dang, I got a nail sticking out I forgot to pound in, but either way, I just wanted to strengthen a little bit. I did that one over yonder, this third one from here, on both sides, because there was a big knot in that board, and when I was up there screwing the metal down when we did this, it decided to start to break at that knot, and not a good thing. So I strengthened it on both sides, and I'm going to add more later, but that strengthened up the two weakest places. That was the weak place. This other was still holding. So anyway, decided I'd do that, and I cleaned up this under the building a little bit. Had to make room for this other big kennel. It'll make a much better place for the younger chickens if I don't have the chicken pen done by then. But either way, had to clean it up a little bit, make room so I could still walk through. I mean, this thing is 16 feet, y'all, and it doesn't look like it on camera, I know, but so that's done. And I told y'all in the other video, I did buy some boards to start framing this out. So typically I don't have a problem with carpenter bees on the lumber and chicken pen because the chickens will eat them. So they avoid that area. So I just bought regular 2x3s instead of 2x4, and I'll tell you why. 2x4s are $7.22 a piece at Lowe's and Americus right now. 2x3s are like $4.99 or something. So $5 versus 7 something, and I bought a dozen. So I don't know, I probably will need more. I don't know, I can get more later if I do. I definitely will need more before I do both sides, but either way, I've got the metal for the top, and I've got some boards to start the framing. I've got to pick up more boards for framing and some 4-foot chicken wire, because this was 2-foot that I just kind of married together at the seam. And pick up some 4-foot wire to wrap the new parts of the building with. And it shouldn't be too hard. I'm not digging it into the ground or any of that. This building here was on skids, and it's not going to be moved any more than I'm planning, so I'm just going to kind of throw posts out there and so on and frame it up and throw a roof on it and throw some wire around it. So I'm not going to make it incredibly fancy, but I will be buying hardware cloth. I want to build some rabbit cages, and I'm thinking of putting the rabbit cages on this side, and when I've been talking about the left side. And the reason for that is this side's a little bigger, so I've got room for more. I want 3 rabbit cages in there. One for the females, one for the males, and then one for the offspring when I breed them until they're separated. And so that's the goal. So this side will be a little bit bigger than that side, so I think I'll go over here. So anyway, just thought I'd do a quick little update for y'all, let you know I have not just been goofing off. I know I did my little preaching video yesterday, which I went ahead and uploaded live, so that was seen Saturday night and Sunday. It's windy, but it feels good out here. I'm going to wait till probably 5:30 or 6 before I start cutting. I can typically cut all my grass in about an hour and a half, 2 hours max with that Kubota mower. That thing is fast and does a good job. So, but I'm hoping I've still got energy left and that time of the day comes to start dragging some of these dead-burn limbs, because I need to get the grass cut where they're laying. So it's just a lot for an old fat man to do. But anyway, he's up there waiting, laying down. He's been laying in his doghouse all day, which is funny because the camera monitor's in my room, and I sit there and look at him at night, and he lays out in the yard when it's warm and it's not raining. He lays out in the yard and sleeps. But then when the sun comes up, you know, he'll play a little bit, and then he'll go lay down like he is now in the shady part. And when he gets ready for rest, he'll go lay in that doghouse completely inside of it and just lay there. And that's usually where he is when I leave early in the mornings for work. So it's funny how people think, okay, a doghouse doesn't need a porch, but when it's hot, he'll lay on the porch. And my other dog did the same thing. He'll lay on the porch and enjoy the air without being in that box of a doghouse. But when he wants to actually just sleep and stuff, he'll go inside. So kind of like a human, huh? But anyway, the hens are moving, the rooster's moving, the biddies are taking a break. And I thought I'd show y'all that's been an eyesore and a pile of stuff for years. So now I've got it cleared. I can get up there and start taking the rest of the OSB down that hadn't already fallen and get that unit ready to come out of that wall. And there's a bug flying around me. But anyway, but before I take it out, I've got to get inside and get all that stuff moved out of that room, and that's going to be a evening or two job. So I tend to push myself too hard when I'm working by myself. I go too fast, and then I end up exhausted and sweating my butt off. So anyway, the reason I haven't put those 2-liter drink crates back up on that shelf, there's some already up there. I don't know, it's hard for y'all to see, but there has been a pair of birds up there nesting in the top of that, and I don't want to disturb them and their babies because I hear the babies every now and then. So I'm going to leave that alone, and I'll clean that up once the baby birds have flown and they don't no longer need that nest. So I'll leave them alone. And all the lumber that was in that pile, I drug to where the chicken pen was last, which was a thinner grass area right there. And I cut all around it first. So I'm going to take, that's old heart pine, tongue and groove. It's what I built that smokehouse out of, actually. This was left over, and a lot of it's rotten and no good. So yeah, I put it all in a pile out here. And I am going to burn that when I get some time, and it's safe to burn, which everything's kind of damp now and nothing's dried out, but I prefer not to do it on a windy day, although I've got water 50 feet away. I was looking also last night. I know y'all aren't seeing me, but I've got about close to 100 feet of half-inch water line. I could reduce down right there and run half-inch, but then I won't get the volume that I need to water the garden and all of that. So I'd rather save that half-inch for plumbing inside the barn if I decide to do that, or the other building, or the classroom or something. I'll save that half-inch. So I was looking at the price of 3/4 inch PVC in Lowe's yesterday, and it's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So I'm planning on buying some of that when I get a little extra next time. Now that the expensive part is done, refilling all those fuel cans. Thank you, Biden. I appreciate it. Sorry, POS. Anywho, let me get started back on that one. Y'all have a great day. I will add to this a little bit later. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday evening, Monday, Tuesday. I don't know when this video will be put together to be aired, but either way. See how they follow me? If I walk over here, they come. And no, they're not so tame that I can sit there and pet on them. But if I held them, they don't fight. You know, they'll let me hold them if I grab them, but they just don't want to be held, so I don't mess with them. But they all, even the babies, run up to me when I'm close by. So y'all have a great day. I appreciate y'all. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it already. I don't know what you're waiting on. It doesn't cost you anything. Well, there's girl up under there. Let me zoom in, see if y'all can see her. Oh, you see her right behind the brick. Little white spot moving. There she went. There was a gecko lizard running up side of the building. And all that hose there hanging, y'all, is soaker hose for gardens. As you can tell, I had a huge garden, and I ran a lot of soaker hose before. I don't really plan on using it anymore. It doesn't work great, and it definitely doesn't store well, at least not outside like this. I'm probably not going to reuse that stuff. I'm more than likely just going to throw it in the dumpster and get rid of it. But anyway, a little bit at a time. Take baby steps. Get where you want to be. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Yep, there we go. Hey, I got some of them drug out. Nowhere near all of them. But that's all the walking back and forth back there to where the brush pile is that I could take today. But I did get some of it. And I did some more pruning those sucker limbs on these fruit trees that aren't producing well. I cut some of those sucker limbs off. But look at there. The white hen is always the first to go to bed, but she usually will come down when I walk up, because they think I'm going to give them something. So, oh my goodness. They think, oh, it's almost bedtime for them. Sunday evening, like I said in the earlier part of the video, guys, I got most of the grass cut. I still got to pick up limbs through there so I can cut. But I got all front, both sides, the big field, the backyard. all of that. All I got left is that little bit there and down that side. So that was 360 view. How'd y'all like that? In the corner where you can't see nothing. So I'm going to have to get started on that, but I'm cleaning up this mess I got before I do that. But anyway, I was going to go to town and buy dog food and cat food, but he's got enough food in his container to last him through tomorrow, so I'm not going to make a special trip today. I'll get it after work tomorrow and fill it up for him. Alright, those are my family, close friends that watch my videos, which is rare. I need help getting that big old thing out there right there. Can't tote it by myself when it's on the ground, not to mention when it's 7 feet up off the floor. So anyway, all the mowers, all the grass is mowed, and somehow I got a bottom plow down there I just cut around since the tractor's messed up, but somehow I hit something on it and broke some more of the plastic covers on my mower here, and I don't even know what hit it, but sure broke it. So whatever, I JB welded this. When I bought it, it was cracked. Seems to hold, but that over there I don't know about. I may have to do that too. Anywho, all that grass is cut. Didn't take long. I did it in about an hour and a half. I was trying to, since it's only been a week, so there's only parts of it that was real tall. I hit these big field part wide open, except for where I knew there was a pothole that was going to throw me off. So didn't take long. But guys, I do appreciate y'all keeping up with me and going along for the ride on this YouTube journey. I do wish some of y'all would comment a little bit more and participate in the conversation a little bit more, but that's all right too. But guys, it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Nothing at all. All you have to do is just hit that button, ring the notification bell, and it'll let you know every time I post a video. Please hit that like button. It's more important to me that you subscribe to get the numbers up for whatever reason. Like I've said before, I don't know what's going on with it, but I can tell you I'm stuck at 100. So I do appreciate all of those that watch the videos, and especially those that have subscribed. So please do that for me if you don't mind. And you don't even have to ring the bell if you don't want to, as long as you're subscribed. I prefer you ring the bell, but you don't have to. So thank y'all. I appreciate the support. Y'all have a blessed evening and week. And remember what I tell you every time, that's most important. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Y'all have a great week. Be safe. Be prepared.